In the heart of the ancient city of Kanchipuram, beneath the worn steps of an unused well in the Ekambareswarar temple, a young physicist named Dr. Viraj Rao discovered a copper scroll etched with strange diagrams, embedded within yantric symbols. The scroll bore a single phrase in ancient Grantha script. Neti Neti, not this, not that. Viraj, a quantum theorist trained in Copenhagen, had returned to India in search of deeper truths he believed might bridge the gap between consciousness and the observer problem in quantum mechanics. But what he found was far beyond academic theory. The scroll led him to an obscure reference in the *Sarvajana Nautara Tantra, a text rarely mentioned outside secret Shaiva traditions. There, a line caught his attention. He who sees the seer, not through eyes but through silence, alone perceives the substratum of the world dream. It reminded him of something else: Heisenberg's uncertainty, Schrödinger's cat, and the observer effect. In quantum physics, observation collapses the wave function. But what if, Viraj wondered, consciousness isn't observing the world? What if it's projecting it? Determined, he journeyed to the forgotten library of Tiruvannamalai, under the shadow of Arunachala, where sages once walked in silence. Among scrolls of palm leaves blackened by time, he discovered a peculiar codex, a treatise attributed not to Shankara, but to his student Padmapad, an early, suppressed commentary titled Drigdrishya Viveka, the Perceiver's Dilemma. This text elaborated on a shocking idea: the entire perceptual field, from the orbit of planets to the flow of thought, was not real in itself but a reflection within. Chit, pure consciousness. The brain, it claimed, was not the origin of consciousness, but a lens. And like all lenses, it distorts. Padmapad wrote, "The world is an equation with infinite variables, but the self is the constant. You are not a part of the universe, you are the mirror in which the illusion of parts appears." Viraj was disturbed. The deeper he dug, the more the ancient texts aligned eerily with quantum anomalies, delayed choice experiments, retrocausality, even the holographic principle. He reached out to Dr. Ellen Kravitz, a cognitive neuroscientist in MIT, sending her transcriptions of the codex. At first skeptical, she was stunned by a diagram showing concentric layers of mind, ego, memory, and a formless witness, exactly resembling Julian Jaynes' bicameral mind theory crossed with Eastern phenomenology. Ellen flew to India. Together, they conducted a controversial study near Rishikesh, using fMRI and EEG on advanced Vedantic meditators. One subject, a reclusive monk named Swami Advainanda, displayed an inexplicable phenomenon. During deep states of Nirvikalpa Samadhi, his brain's default mode network shut down completely, yet he reported awareness without experience. This state baffled science. Ellen called it the null observer state, a conscious awareness existing without mental content or sensory input. A paradox. Impossible, and yet, undeniably recorded. But the final blow to Viraj's rational mind came from an 1895 journal by Nikola Tesla, hidden in the Belgrade archive. In it, Tesla wrote, The day science begins to study non-physical phenomena, it will make more progress in one decade than in all the previous centuries of its existence. The mind is a receiver, and in the silence beyond thought lies the true field. Tesla had independently drawn the same conclusion as Advaita Vedanta: reality is not objective. It is filtered, shaped, and projected by consciousness. The mystery was complete. On the banks of the Ganges, Viraj stood still, watching the flowing waters under moonlight. He finally understood Shankara's declaration: Brahma Satyam, Jagat Mithya, Jivo Brahmava na apara, Brahman alone is real, the world is illusory, and the self is none other than Brahman. But this was not a metaphor. It was a precise ontological statement. Consciousness was not in the brain. The brain was in consciousness. The body, time, science, the stars, emergent ripples on the still ocean of non-dual being. And then he whispered the words that had started it all. Neti Neti, not this, not that. Not the atom. Not the neuron. Not the world. Not even the thought of I. Just the silent witness, forever free.